It is such a thrill for me, beyond a thrill, to have Kelly Swanson here. As I mentioned earlier, I met Kelly and heard her speak this summer at the Business Professional Women North Carolina State Convention, and I was just mesmerized by her humor, her stories. I have never met anybody like her, and just was so excited when I was able to get her to come to Charlotte to speak for us today. And I have gotten her book. I have read it cover to cover twice since June. And her videos are amazing that you can go to her website and click the links to. I'm totally addicted to Kelly Swanson. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Kelly Swanson. Yeah.
Some sweet morning when this day is over, I fly away. I could hear her singing that all the way from the parking lot. Her loud, staccato, jubilant notes of a life well lived. The automatic glass doors opened up, and I could see this woman standing there holding her mop, as if it were a beloved dance partner, as if her faded cotton dress were made, but of the finest silk. I sat in the corner of the lobby and I tried not to stare at this woman, but it was hard because she was oblivious to everyone around her. Like it was the most natural thing in the world for her to be dancing and singing and twirling her way across the marbled floors of her hospital lobby, while the beeps of the monitors and the dings of the elevators sang to her in sweet harmony. And I could smell the perfume of my changed perspective as I watched this woman turn her job into an art, as she turned her work into nothing short of an act of worship. She didn't know that I was in the restroom later that morning to hear her stop what she was doing. And at work, of all places, she went over to a stranger and she laid hands on them and prayed for their wounded child. She didn't know that I saw her help that old man wrap the shawl tighter around his wife's shoulders. And she didn't know that I saw her give away her lunch. And I watched all throughout the day. In those cold, unexpected, antiseptic corners of that hospital, and I saw pain find healing. I watched sorrow meet comfort. And I saw hopelessness find hope. Right there. All wrapped up in her faded cotton dress and comfortable shoes. Some sweet morning when this day is over, I'll fly away. She was still singing all the way to the parking lot when she went to meet her bus at dusk. And I stood in front of that big glass window and I watched her go and wished that she wouldn't. And I wondered if I would ever see her again, but I knew I would never forget her. And I'm standing in front of their sign, floor to ceiling, impressive sign that had no doubt been created by a group of marketing intellectuals. And the sign said quite simply, "Excellence starts here." And I smiled and I wondered if their CEO knew just how true that really was. That day, a woman with a mop reminded me what it looks like to serve. Our customers, our co-workers, our communities. She showed me that every single role in an organization is vital to that brand experience. That you may be the only face they see to tell your company's story. A woman who smelled of bleach and blessings reminded me that happiness is not a feeling you wake up and hope will come over you today. Oh, how many Facebook posts I see that say, I hope today's going to be a good day. She reminds me that happiness is a choice. And if you choose it enough, one day you will wake up and it just is. Yeah. I got all that from a woman with a mop. And the funny thing is, she had no idea. I think if a woman with a mop can sing like that, so can we. So hi, welcome to my tiny little town, about 1.5 miles past nowhere. A town I call Pride's Hollow, where the simple life is revered, where ordinary heroes are appreciated, and where the stories, bless their hearts, they're never fancy. They're just about the people. People who teach me how to see, believe, and do my way to a happier ever after. Laughing the whole way. So yeah, welcome to my world. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Because I tried that whole coming in front of groups and putting on the face. Trying to be like all the other speakers. And that was exhausting because I finally realized, you know what? You're not going to have an impact if you're going to get up here and act perfect. You got to be willing to take off the face. That's what women need right now more than anything, is to be surrounded by other women who are willing to take off the face and admit that we don't always have it all together. To admit things like, hi, my name is Kelly and I'm a size 14 on a good day. They don't clap for me at Weight Watchers. To be able to say, hey, my name is Kelly, and yeah, I draw on my eyebrows. Say something. It's hard drawing on your eyebrows. If you're first thing in the morning and you're sleepy, girl, you will draw them on crooked. Last week, I drew one a good inch higher than the other. I had to walk around all day looking suspicious. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll hear him singing that in Pride's Hollow every Saturday night, Frankie Scarpetta, when he puts on his best blue plaid suit and his yellow polka-dotted tie. When he splashes on some cologne, he slicks back his hair, and he takes his wife dancing. Oh, how they dance. Did you know she still smells just like one of those sweet magnolia blossoms? And he still looks in her eyes like no other woman ever existed outside of her. That woman who, when he first laid eyes on her, he said, Miss Beatrice, is it? I do believe one day I'm going to marry you. And she said, Frankie Scarpetta, is it? I do believe the day I marry you will be the day it snows in spring. Have you ever seen the white blossoms on a cherry tree when that spring wind blows through them? And how they'll rain down, just like snow. And they dance. And he sings in her ear slightly off key, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. What you may not know is that Frankie Scarpetta's wife passed away 10, 15 years ago. that the dance hall is now a pump and go, and the band, well, who knows what happened to them. I mean, most days, he never even leaves his bed over at that Sunnyside Hills in Pride's Hall. Most of the time, he doesn't even know his own kin from somebody else's. But don't you know, every Saturday night, Frankie Scarpetta, he goes dancing. Frankie Scarpetta reminds me that no matter what is happening out there, no matter what is happening to you or around you, that you always have the power to choose how you see it. You get to write your own story. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Now, if y'all don't mind, it's been a little while since I was able to look in the mirror. Look at all these people staring at you. They're waiting for you to say something that's going to change their life. You probably shouldn't have had that third margarita. Oh, what? Now you're scared? Now suddenly you don't want to be a speaker anymore? It looks too hard? You're afraid you'll look silly? Girl, do you not remember the 80s? Your hair was so big an entire family of squirrels could have taken residence in there and nobody would have known it.